met someone who deserves the day the way that you do. Joseph, it's time to get ready and the spotlight's shining down upon you. Joseph, so be back, oh, I'm on my way, yeah, here it comes. And I'm delivering a wish to you, so get ready, from every peak and valley they're telling you to get ready, cause here it comes. It's on the way. It's a celebration across the nation.
Hi, this is Penn Gillette, Penn and Teller. Big guy does magic, smaller guy next to me, he does magic too. He doesn't talk that much. I want to talk about Joseph Jaffe is not famous. And Joseph Jaffe is not famous. Joseph Jaffe is wicked not famous. Joseph Jaffe is superlatively not famous, and for good and sufficient reason. I mean, maybe his guests are famous. Maybe his guests are famous. He gets some famous people on his guests, but Joseph Jaffe himself is not famous. That's the important part. You can have famous guests and still not be famous. And if you want an example of that, well, Joseph Jaffe would be a really good example. Teller would do a better job at a talk show, and Teller doesn't talk, which you'd think would be one of the major qualifications of being on a talk show and not being famous. What's that, Teller? Oh, yeah, Teller says, Joseph Jaffe, not famous. Love you. Peace.
Am I being overconfident? Am I becoming complacent about complacency?
I think you are.
Oh, he's not the Messiah, he's just a very naughty boy.
Yeah, I've got big ears.
I just want to see anyone else. Piss off!
That's the one. Because you literally complete me, and we complete each other.
You've obviously encountered discrimination in your own life by virtue of being Australian.
Hey, Manuel Kemp was a real pissant who was very rarely stable.
I don't want to get too gushy, but I might just be saying you complete me, Dean. PNG now stands for Pritchard and Good.
Branding is not a bad blind date. Look at you! You are insane!
How did I do that?
You're
How
insane!
Did I do that?
You're insane!
Well, hello everybody. Hope you are well. It is May 4th. May the 4th be with you. Luke, I am your father. Okay, that, of course, that's the Mandela effect, or is it the Mandela effect? Well, that's probably the Mandela effect as well. The Mandela effect of the Mandela effect. He didn't say those words. I think he said maybe, Luke, I am your stepfather. I don't know what he said, but welcome everybody. We are live from the floor at CEX. It is the Creator Economy Expo. This is where creators come together to figure out how to help one another, how to be the tide that rises all boats, how to make money, how to build community. It has been energizing being here, and it is energizing having you watch as well. Let's hit a little bit of rock music, pick up the tempo. I'm excited. I'm energized. I'm ready to create content. That's what I'm ready to do, to be honest with you. I'm also ready to give away some Jaffe coin. Now, I'm trying something a little different today. So that QR code that you see right now is live, giving away Jaffe coin, but it is only live while the show is live. So if you are stuffing your face with food right now, you're going to miss out on free Jaffe. You could retire on 0.1 Jaffe. I mean, I wouldn't, but you could try. It would be a very short retirement. But yesterday I gave it away, and I gave an open 1 week to claim it. Today, the learning curve increases. The learning curve is already climbing up. This is Web3. This is the world of innovation where we move forward. We move together. We learn together. We help one another. But as I said, you'll get the coin today, but you need to act fast. And that just sounds like marketing. But wait, there's more. Is there more? I don't know. Maybe there's more. As I said, I've been very energized being at this event. It has made me want to create more content. That's the thing. It's made me, you make me want to be a better man. That's Joe Polizzi. You make me want to be a better creator. That's what's happened. I want to create more cuts with my video content. I want to mix things up. I'm going to go from 5 days to 3 days. I want to change the way that I start the show. Maybe move. I was talking to Roberto Blake today, and I was saying, like, when do I sell? Do I sell? Do all the admin that I use up front? Maybe my retention could be higher if I just got into the subject at hand much quicker. So should I move it all to the end? And he didn't say that to me. What Roberto said to me is thirds. Think about thirds. After you've given them a third of value, that's when you maybe make an ask for something, and then another third later. I just love the fact that we can get better at this. I mean, anyone that says we've perfected this, either a liar or a fool or both. We're all learning. The teachers are learning themselves. So this is not one way. This is very much two-way. And I'm energized. I said I won't write a book, but now I'm thinking maybe I will write a book, but I'll write a book with my creator coin and my show. And suddenly, well, it's a whole different ball game completely. So I want to talk about what I'm doing to monetize myself in the way that I can share it with you so you can see. So this is my own experiment, but it's something that you can do as well. For example, Glenn is the perfect example. Glenn had 92 coins and now he owns 100 because of what I'm about to share with you. Glenn is a regular. Glenn really is a regular. And this is what happens if you hold one coin, you're classified as a regular with me. One measly coin, you have just one coin, but now you unlock aftershows and calendars and bios and pre-taping, and there's a whole bunch of value. But here's the thing, if you choose, and a bunch of channels, of course, but if you choose to upgrade to 10 Jaffe coins, and remember, you own the Jaffe coin. I don't own it. You own it. You can sell it anytime. Now you're going to get that free Jaffe coin. So that QR code that you see over there, that QR code is only available for people who hold 10 Jaffe coin. So there's a bunch of things happening. I'm rewarding people who are tuning in live, and I'm saying you need to own 10 coin to be able to get free coin every single day. And there's other stuff as well. For example, on NFT Fridays, I give away an NFT every single week. But if you own 10 coin, now once you enter, you are in for every single drawing. So you stay in until you win. Okay, what about being an insider? Well, if you're an insider, you're going to start to get show notes from me. Now, this is I think, a really big deal, because you're getting my take. You're getting my notes time-stamped. You're getting the ability now to be able to see exactly what I thought was a key takeaway quote, insight, and you can go straight to that element. Also, I'm going to be sharing video clips and maybe just doing random pieces of video when I get inspired by a show. At 50 coins, you become a VIP and you now get backstage passes. So you can actually be hanging out right now with me. I could see you in the green room and we would chat before the show and maybe even after. And then finally, 100, you become a super fan. Glenn, you are a super fan. That means you can suggest guests for the show and I will go after them for you, maybe even with you. And if they come on the show, you can actually come on the show with me and ask them that question and get to interview them and ask them 1 or 2 questions. Also, we'll do a monthly call where I can help you if you're starting your show, or maybe you can, help me and help me grow. We can grow the show together. It's not me, the host, you, the audience. It's we together, we, the community. This is exciting. And that's why I wanted to share it with you. And, if you are interested, go to rally.io and buy some Jaffe coin. Remember, the worst that can happen, there's no downside. Become part of this community. Buy what you feel you're comfortable with. Move up when you feel comfortable. And we can go on this voyage together. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to leak a couple of other things for you afterwards. But I want to get into CEX. And I just want to share some photos with you. IRL, back IRL, Jeremiah Oyang. I would not be here without Jeremiah. Jeremiah was the visionary who actually said to me, Joe, would you like a coin? And I was like, hell, my mother's a coin dealer. Sure, I want a coin. I had no idea that it wouldn't be a real coin. It would be funny money. It would be crypto. I didn't even know what anything was other than Bitcoin. And the rest is history. Who else? Ed. I'm screaming for Ed. No, not you yet, but coming. I'm just showing a photo now of Ed, Francine, and myself, but actually Ed is here. Come on, come say hi.
Live?
I'm live.
Hello, everyone.
No, you're gonna be like Hitchcock. He's camera shy. Who wants to see Ed? All right, well, there you go. You got to see Bunny. This is what Ed looks like. He's such a handsome fellow. But there's myself, Francine, and Ed. All right, what else? Okay, so here is Will. Now I'm saying, oh, hold on, he wants to come on. There he is. Hello, Ed.
Could not say hello, so hello.
So Ed is the mayor of Clubhouse. Can you be the mayor of Rally too? Do you want to be the mayor of Rally?
No, thanks. Let someone else have that role.
All right, can I be the assistant mayor?
Please, you're welcome to take the mayorship if you like. You definitely would probably do the role much better than I.
Well, Ed, you've been at CEX. Thoughts, reflections, takeaway about anything, about IRL, about social media. What do you want to share? About meeting for the first time?
Yeah, great opportunity to meet some awesome people in person, which is so refreshing after a couple of years of that not really happening much. So thanks for being part of that. And I think I will step out and then you resume your show.
All right. And if you want to feel the Ed experience, all you have to do is close your eyes and just hear his voice. And that is the Mayor Ed experience. Thank you, Ed, for popping on. All right. So let me tell you about influencer Will. Now, influencer Will of this is a photo. Wait a second. Again, he's right here. Come on.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? You got me on this thing live? You didn't tell me we were going live. What the hell?
You're
What is happening, y'all?
coming closer. Coming closer.
Okay.
All right. So, Will, I decided that I wanted to do a little bit of embarrassment, if I may.
Well, I'm going to embarrass you first. That's a really sweet smelling cologne, brother.
Huh?
That's a really sweet smelling cologne, brother.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous with you being so close to me. But so I want to say, I met Will in Discord, in the internet, he's a giraffe owner. We're fellow giraffes. We're part of the Gary Club. And the thing about Will is not a social media guru. He doesn't work for an ad agency. He's not a consultant. Thank God. He's not a keynote speaker who's written 5 books, blah, blah, blah. Look, you drive a truck.
I do. I drive a truck. Trucking business with one tractor trailer.
You drive a tractor trailer.
I absolutely do. We'll get to go over the country, meet all kinds of beautiful people along the way. Love it.
And you are part of Web3.
I am.
It's the most amazing thing. How have you felt? Would you have described yourself as a techie before?
Absolutely not. Are you kidding me? I see people that do all this tech stuff. I'm like, how the hell did you do that? And so it just kind of blows me away. It really does.
And so now you're in Discord, you're buying NFTs. You're launching your own coin?
I am. Pretty exciting stuff here.
Tell us about your coin.
So we decided to go with the name Shine. And think about the sunshine. Everybody loves a nice sunny day. And but you know what's ironic about that name? If I said to you, hey Jaffe, today's your day to shine, you know what I'm really saying to you? I'm saying, you know what, brother, you got a hell of a story. You got to help, but you now have a hell of a responsibility to share that story, because somebody who might be maybe stumbling along the way and they have a dream, but they're not quite sure if they could ever, fulfill that dream. Okay, we'll say, wow, I can really relate to Jaffe over here. I mean, maybe I should start looking again towards what I dream about. And I'll tell you what's really changed my mindset. Okay, completely, is simply surrounding myself with people like you. People that I've got to know in Gary Club and now in the community that we're building called the Dream Makers Club. And it's really opened my heart, my mind to a whole new world. This Web 3.0 thing is absolutely incredible, because it gives us the ability to get to know people really, really very, like, with a real deep connection, even though we've never met each other in person. Even before I met you, brother, I knew you were going to be cool. I kind of said, well, maybe it might be a bad influence. I just got to, just be on, on guard there a little bit.
My goal is to be a bad influence, to steer you down maybe a different track. But I love what you said, and so I said I would try and embarrass you. I don't know if I'll be successful, but I thought that I would dedicate today's seated soliloquy. Come a little closer so we can have you in. There we go.
Okay.
And so today's seated soliloquy is actually, and you'll notice, you see there's the truck, right? And it's called Labor of Love, or Love of Labor. So, and then we'll just, we'll do this. We'll make ourselves a little bit bigger, like so. All right, and so you can we'll put you there so that you don't get cut off.
Oh, you should Photoshop us and put it in that truck. It would be like driving down the road.
Hey,
together,
listen, I'm no magician. So here is my seated soliloquy. There's this concept of labor of love. When we write a book, they describe it like birthing a child, and I wouldn't know because I've never birthed a child. But there is an element of pain where you basically say, I'm never going to do it again, and yet you do. You get back on, the wagon, so to speak. I'm mixing metaphors, and more babies are born and more books are written. But when I think of the show, when I think of showing up, I don't view this as a labor of love. I just view it as love.
Amen.
When you love what you do, it doesn't feel like work. It doesn't feel like labor. And so I thought about you, and I thought about someone who works an honest day's job, who does stuff, who doesn't sit on Wall Street moving numbers around. I could argue, I don't know that that's doing stuff. And you work with your hands, and it is manual, and it is a slog being on the road. And I just think of also what would have happened to us without people like you during the pandemic. Salt of the earth. And then I see you being a part of this community, and we are part of this community, and we are all equal. There is no, he writes a book and he drives a truck and she's a doctor and they are consultants. It is just a beautiful we. And so I thought to myself, Will is a guy who has a love of labor, who loves what he does, but also has chosen to share that love, that shine, that sheen. And so that's why I just wanted to dedicate this episode and this soliloquy to you, to your coin, to meeting you, and to, the fact that you drove your semi, you drove your truck here from, where did you come from?
Pennsylvania, central Pennsylvania.
From Pennsylvania to Phoenix. You are about as real as they come. And so thank you for, the honor of being on my show today. Well,
I thank you for the honor of being on your show. I'll admit that it's something I've never done before. So, but I'm glad we did it, brother, because it means a lot to me that you would invite me. And then I'll tell you, man, thank you so much, brother. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And look, you got some comments. Hi, David. Is there? Hey, Will.
David's in the house.
Vicky Conley. Hi, Will.
I know Maui Nancy's in there somewhere. And Glitter Queen's got to be in there somewhere.
Miss
She might be at
Liz?
work though. Lizzie, what is happening?
So you're getting something like that. Must be so surreal.
Yeah, it is surreal.
We
but
listen
I don't
to
like
each-
looking at myself on the camera. I guess that's okay.
I know, and actually one of the hardest things to do here
Uh-huh.
is to actually not look at each other, which you want to do,
Right.
but you have to keep looking
Okay.
at the audience, which is just like so weird.
It is weird. It probably looked weird when we were looking at you like I was a puppy, like saying, oh, I like this guy.
Well, we're going to bring puppies on the show soon.
Oh, well, you got to get Lucy. Where's she at?
You know, Lucy's coming on.
Okay.
So I'm going to do some more photos. Thank you. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, I appreciate you, brother.
Anytime.
God bless.
To you too. All right. So should we have more guests? Should we? I think we should. I mean, if only the great Mark Schaefer was here. I've got a photo. I met him here. I can wait a second. Here is Mark Schaefer. So wait, does this count as your third appearance?
Yes,
No. You want that smoking jacket?
I do.
You got to work for that cumulative advantage.
This doesn't count.
I mean, depends.
Curses.
Curses. Foiled, zoons.
Fun of that. The best thing I've learned so far, though, is that Joseph Jaffe does a killer Borat accent, which you must do.
Now, why are you making it?
Have you done that on the show before?
I might have.
It's so important. All right, ready?
I like you. In my country, you would be very good looking. You, not so much. So, hold on. Now, you know what? I'm beyond excited. How much time do we have? Do we have time? Because, today is Wellness Wednesday. And instead of having Wellness Wednesday Whitney, the well coin, the swell coin, we actually have her live in the studio. So, I think I should I'm going to get up. I'm going to get up and actually have.
It would be a lot more fun for me to talk to her than me to talk to you.
I mean, if only we had Joe Polizzi here. If Joe Polizzi was here.
Yeah, just being transparent here. Whitney would be a lot more interesting.
You know what? I tell you what I'm going to do. I am going to give up my seat.
Wow, look at all those comments.
And I'm going to, Whitney, it is Wellness Wednesday. We talk about mental health. We talk about self-care and self-love. We talk about burnout. All of these conversations are about as relevant as ever.
The most relevant.
You've been sending in fact, and you honestly, no one is more diligent and reliable and consistent than Whitney. She sent in today's clip because she knew she'd be traveling and she's here. And I even loaded it up. In fact, just to make it feel a little bit surreal. And now it's time for Wellness Wednesdays.
I love seeing the behind the scenes of how you run the
I
show.
know.
Huh? Oh yeah. So I have
Crazy.
Well, so what I would do here right now is I would load up your clip like so. So fella. Which one should we go with? Social media well-being
Well,
or
this
enough
today,
social
yeah,
media?
That's it. Yeah,
All right,
I probably made this with CEX in mind.
So do you want to be lazy and basically just run, huh? Polizzi. Joe Polizzi. I've heard of him. I mean, we've got
Shiny red ball.
we've got what's called streaming. Can I say streaming orgy? Is that okay?
Yeah, we're having a streaming orgy.
This is live. But it's a party right now. Oh, it's a party. It's a party.
No, I'm next. So.
We're all online.
I tell you what, why don't you and I get up, let Polizzi and you're going to stick around.
Sure.
Is this how streaming shows are meant to be done? Look into the mic. I wanted to actually.
world's first
Okay,
streaming
I tell you what we're going to do. Whitney's going to give us a Wellness Wednesday vignette. Joe is going to reflect on CEX. But before we do that, I'm going to reflect on CEX. And this is what I said, what you missed, Joe. I said, Joe Polizzi, you make me want to be a better creator. I have been energized. I want to create content as a result of being here. I am, but I want to create different content. I want to mix it up. I want to maybe go to 3 days a week, but then I want to do some different clips. And then I spoke to Roberto Blake, who gave me this amazing idea for a book that kind of incorporates my show. And I was like, you know what? This is the energy that comes from being with fellow creators that makes you actually, I mean, the conversation we had last night was insane. We can't even repeat it because then we'd have to kill someone.
I know.
It's top
We
secret.
came up with all these top secret content ideas, never before seen, unleashed on the world.
All right, so I'm getting up to allow Joe to sit.
All right.
Whitney's doing a session in the middle, and then we'll, you know,
Okay.
bye. Thanks. My show's been hijacked.
It's all us. We're taking over.
Oh, that was. I didn't mean to kick you out of your seat. So
No,
hi
no,
everyone.
I'm standing right. Yeah.
Yeah, good. Okay.
I want to know, Joe, how you're feeling. Like after this is a stressful thing. Are you feeling stressed?
Oh, I don't feel stressed anymore
No?
because we only have 3 hours left of this event. So I'm feeling relieved that. Well, first of all, that when we've been working for 7-8 months.
This is not Diet Coke.
Oh.
This is vodka.
Vodka's coming very soon, actually. You work so hard. It's very difficult to put an event together, sponsorships and attend. But most of the work of putting together an event happens before the event. So if you've done everything right with the logistics to get everyone, it should be seamless. Hopefully people have realized that this is a seamless experience.
Does it feel that way to you?
Well, our events team is the best in the world, and I'll say that to anyone. We've done probably, I don't know, 15 or 16 events together. We know each other. We work well with each other. Everybody has their roles and responsibilities, and I mean, it takes a lot to just don't see all the stuff that happens behind the scenes and making sure the food's right and that the presentations end on time and all the thought that goes into the breaks. So, but yes, I'm really happy that so many people showed up. Probably
Yeah.
not the best time to launch an event.
But look at all this. I mean, people are thrilled. Are you going to do anything to take extra good care of yourself after the event? Like, do you have like a unwind post-event routine that you do?
It doesn't involve vodka, actually. No, we're getting the team together. We're doing a little celebration. We need to thank everyone who was involved in that. But I actually, we have a family vacation coming up.
To where?
So it was something we were supposed to do in April of 2020. They got canceled, and we're doing, my oldest graduated from high school. We were going to do a roller coaster trip in San Francisco and in Los Angeles. We're going to six different parks. Yep, 6 different parks, 2 Six Flags with Disney, 2 Six Flags parks, 3 Six Flags parks, and 2 Cedar Fair parks. And we're going to go on all the roller coasters and do all this.
You like roller coasters?
I don't like them as much as my kids do, but I go on them because that's what we're there to do.
And did they come and go to the water park next door?
They were not here. They're both they're older now. They're in college. I know I look young, but but yeah, they're college age.
Wow, lots of adrenaline.
So, yeah. So what have you been hearing from the attendees here at this event?
Everybody is so just happy to be together, honestly.
I think so.
And everyone here feels so authentic, and connection is so big. Like the community element of this event is really impressive.
I think people forget, when you do events long enough, you realize this, but people think, oh, the first reason people go to events is for learning. And that's not true. It's all for networking. And so that's where, if you I talked to Jay Klaus about this a while. He said, I forgot the power of events. And of course, it had to remind me why I went to these things and make these connections. You can talk about Zoom all you want, but you just cannot get, even you and I, we were talking about Zoom night. We met in person. It just changes your life. So that stuff happens with 350 plus people here that I got to meet in person. It's pretty powerful, and everybody going through the same challenges.
Yes.
We all trying to build audience. We're all trying to figure out revenue generation, better operations. What's Web3? How do I integrate it into my business? Should I do this in the first place? So yeah, lots of things going on.
Final question for you is, what have you learned that's new during this event? From a speaker or from a conversation? What's a takeaway for you beyond the event experience?
Well, it's something that I knew, but planning an event like this actually takes more than 12 months. So when we launched this event in November, December of last year, we didn't give it enough time. We didn't enough air. Now, granted, it turned out fine, but we missed all the budgets and we didn't do as well as we did. So we could have done. So anyways, I would just say we're starting immediately. I'm going to go to the water. I'm going to go to the roller coaster, and then I'm going to plan
Start planning next
for
time.
CEX 2023.
Wow.
So
cool.
thank you.
Thank you. I'm
Yes.
so excited.
Thank you all.
Thank you for giving us the chairs.
Did you give
We're
out
done.
wellness?
Yeah. Well, that was
Was
part
the
of our
supple enough?
conversation.
Yeah, wellness was go to yes.
Go to a roller coaster.
Yes, very very good.
Joe,
Thank you.
Joe, you did it.
Thank you.
And
Thank
you know,
you.
I just want to say one thing. You know, I had the pleasure of having a few guests on the show, like Dan Pink and Nora Dunn. And one of the things that I said to Joe, we spoke about this idea of, in fact, when Ali Straza was on, who unfortunately she couldn't be here due to things, unforeseen circumstances. But anyway, she bought a never-ending ticket to Coachella, and we started talking about never-ending tickets. And I got to tell you, I said to Joe Polizzi, I said, your never-ending ticket is like the biggest no-brainer if the product is great. You can't put lipstick on a pig, but if the product is great, it's the easiest sell in the world. And the best thing that I saw today is people who bought this never-ending ticket, some of them came up and introduced like big names and keynoters, but every one of them was just glowing, gushing. How much did you pay then? No, gushing. And that's marketing. When your customers who have paid you money can't stop talking about you. That's what we try and achieve. I mean, Schaefer, what do you know about marketing? Huh? I need Schaefer back. Anyway, Joe, thank you for this. I feel so energized doing this.
Thank you for doing this and all your support.
It's been fun.
Love you.
I love you more. All right, Mark Schaefer.
This is the picture that I want. This is the picture that I want.
Wait, there's a live show going on right now. You know that.
All right, here we go.
Wait, this is the live show going on.
It was. All right.
We got a comment coming in. Ms. Liz likes Borat. What else can I do with Borat?
It's
You
the
know,
best Borat.
man-
I was
My neighbor in Kazakhstan, I get a door, he must get a door. I get a window, he must get a window. You know, I get a toaster, he must get a toaster. Okay, whatever. Bob Farnham says, I wish I was there. There will be more. You know what? I tell you one thing. Mark, what do you think about this? Well, first of all, I've had the pleasure of having dinner with you now, South by Southwest, and here. I was going to say something, and I've been proven a little wrong. I was going to say the content doesn't mean anything at these events. It's all networking and IRL. But the content's been actually great.
Yeah, it has.
And the networking has been great too.
I mean, normally I'll sort of like check out, especially when it gets close to my nap time. But I've hung in there, and I mean, like yesterday we had Ann Hanley, one of my favorite speakers of all time.
It was amazing.
Jeremiah, and then Daniel Pink in the afternoon.
Pink was okay.
Yeah.
Mediocre, I thought.
Yeah,
I'm
but
joking.
that was very special. So it's been a good event.
I felt he was more chartreuse than pink, maybe magenta.
I think, yeah, he's really
Sweet.
got a branding problem.
Yeah, exactly. Why does he not wear pink though? Is that too obvious?
Too on the nose, perhaps.
Yeah. Should we maybe send him a note, like the suits pass a note?
Well, you know, it's like maybe if he was wearing pink, then people would think he just made the whole thing up.
It's a good point. It's a good point. Now, Polizzi, orange is his color.
Yeah.
So,
That's because Polizzi, that's maybe you didn't know this. Polizzi is the Italian word for orange.
I'm fairly certain that that's not
So
true.
He's consistent and on brand.
I'm fairly certain that's not even remotely true. Am I right?
Never let the facts get in the way of a story.
Yes. So, Mark, and then we've got Sarah Scullard who's going to be coming on, and we've got Lucy coming on next as well. Takeaway, thought, insight?
No,
No?
not really.
And nothing that you can share that's not going to get you into trouble?
No, not really. Yeah, I agree with you. It's been wonderful seeing people again. And my gosh, we really had. It's this idea just to build on ideas, and you take little things from the event and the content, and then you discuss it over wine, and all of a sudden, because what I learned is that as an individual, you can't really think out of the box. We all have our mental frameworks. The power comes from combining the boxes and mixing it up, and that's been the great value to me.
Another build, so I've been saying, I don't care how restrictive the box is. Give me the box, but just allow me to operate freely inside. But now you just spoke about taking a bunch of small boxes and combining them, and then they become blocks, right? They become building blocks.
Yeah.
It's why they pay him the big bucks. That's why. That's why you're Mark Schaefer and I'm not.
Thank you, Joseph.
Wasn't that what Norm would say? Is like he, or was it Colin Quinn? One of their sign-offs is I'm Colin Quinn or whatever, and he's not.
Oh no, Chevy.
Or was it? Oh, it was Chevy. It was Chevy.
Yeah, I'm Chevy Chase, and you're not.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm Chevy Chase. I'm not Mark Schaefer, and he is.
Joseph Jaffe, you ignorant slut.
Exactly. I'll take that. Now, speaking of ignorant sluts, this is a very bad segue, but I want to introduce you to Lucy. Lucy is not an ignorant slut. All right, Lucy. No, I've got Lucy on, but again, wait a second. Why show a photo of Lucy? Oh, look how. Hello, Lucy. Lucy, you're so cute. Right to the mic. I mean, this is primo. So, hello, Ruth.
Hello.
How are you?
I am wonderful. How are you?
I'm fine. Tell us about our special. Oh, look. Oh, oh, you're so beautiful. You're so beautiful. Oh, Lucy, you're so sweet. You're so sweet.
Lucy is my dog. She's mostly Basset with a little bit of Beagle, and she's a rescue. And she's my emotional support dog. So she goes everywhere with me. She's in my contract at work. Oh, she's gonna give you a kiss. Kisses. And so when Joe announced that they were doing CEX in my city, I contacted the conference center, the hotel, and said, "Can my emotional support dog come?" And they said yes, and I said, "Good, then I'm coming." So she goes a lot of places with me.
Well, I'll tell you one thing about this hotel. They close the bar at 10. They kick us out at 11:45 from the from the fire pit, but they make good decisions with respect to support dogs.
Yes. So Lucy's been here. She's been the belle of the ball. Just spreading love everywhere she goes.
She's amazing. And how have you felt? How has she made a difference in your life?
Oh, an incredible difference. So I got Lucy a little over a year ago, and it was right after I had been in a horrible car accident, and I had awful PTSD. So she helps me stay sane, and so whenever I need to at work, I can just sit down and have whatever I'm working on in one hand and petting my dog with the other, and it just helps me stay grounded. And it's hard to freak out while driving, when you have a Basset Hound in your backseat.
Indeed. Well, I was just trying to give her some other time as well. Well, thank you for coming on the show, Lucy.
Well,
Shake?
No. Bassets don't do tricks.
No?
No.
Well, I mean, this Basset is a beautiful Basset. I took a photo of her, and then I was like, she needs to be on the show.
There you go. Thanks for having us.
You're welcome. But actually, dog aside, a takeaway from CEX?
Oh, God, so many things. I think the importance of having a purpose with what you create, as well as making the commitment to create on a consistent basis.
Consistency and purpose. I like it. It's perfect.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you.
I won't shake your hand. And thank you both for coming on the show.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
I'll tell you, this show became so much better than I thought it would be. Just because guests and surprises and Lucy, but we have a new guest all the way from Sweden. Sarah Scullard, who welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So I try to guess her accent. I knew it was Scandinavia. I knew it was not Denmark. I think I went though with Finland.
Yeah.
I went.
For the weirdest reason ever.
Why? Because they love asparagus.
No, because you said you thought that Finnish people had more gambling, and I don't know if I looked like a gambler or
Gaming, not gambling.
Oh, gaming. Yeah,
gaming,
maybe
like
gaming was.
like Clash
Yeah.
of Clans or.
That's true. That's true.
You know, so I figured maybe there was like a Web3 tie-in. But you flew here from Sweden.
Yes, I did.
You bought a never-ending ticket.
Yes, I did.
What have your thoughts been? And you really have become part of like the crew. You know, you've made a lot of friends. You came here by yourself.
Yes.
It's got to be scary.
No, I think no. I'm not scared by going alone to some events. I think sometimes it is an advantage because then you are forced to put yourself out there and get to know people. And no, I wasn't worried about that thing. I think I was very fortunate. I flew in on Saturday, and the event started on Monday night. And I kind of expected to be here and relax, get adjusted to the jet lag, and maybe spend a few hours in the pool since it's still not really warm in Sweden. But instead, and everyone that are attending are having the CEX Discord. And on there, I could see, oh, I'm here. Do you want to go out for lunch or whatever? And then I just connected with people. And then I happened to run into this bunch of people that came in on Sunday because of the rally conference. And there was all these creators having the creator coins. I just happened by chance to make a lot of really nice, I don't know, friends. Are we friends?
We are friends.
Yes, friends.
I even sent you a creator coin.
You did. I mean, you did more than that. You were the one who helped me. So I decided if I'm going to go to this conference, I'm for sure going to buy the never-ending ticket. And the big reason for that would like push me over the threshold to get the first digital wallet and to and get into this crypto world. I knew about it theoretically, but getting my feet wet. So that's what I did. But then I hadn't been set up on Rally, and this is what you helped me doing. So you are part of my future success story.
Well, one of the things that we've learned in the space is that somebody's first NFT or first coin is like a magic. It's a magic moment.
Yeah.
And you never forget the first. And many people's first NFT has been given to them, and that help in terms of getting someone kind of involved makes a huge difference.
It does indeed.
And so like that one coin, well, hopefully you'll never sell it.
I will never ever sell my first coin. I promise you that.
Hopefully you'll buy a second, because now, if you want to get to super fan status, you're 99 coins away.
Actually, I think I'm only 98.9 coins
Oh, because
away.
You got the free coin.
You got the giveaway last night, yeah.
Well, that's true. Well, you actually can get some more now.
Oh, I can?
Yeah, use your phone right now with that QR code.
I will immediately do that.
This is kind of weird. Someone who's on my show getting the QR code that's on the screen.
Yeah, there you go.
It's all happening. I mean, and this kind of experimentation for me is exciting because, and I wanted to say this, and I forgot to say this as well, which is, I can't show it to you because the camera is the MacBook camera, but this is coming to you literally just with a MacBook. I have it on a box of books, box that I borrowed from from Libsyn, who are exhibiting. I have my Yeti Blue mic. That's the only thing I brought with me because I wanted to make sure that I had good sound and that the noise around didn't overpower the actual quality. But other than that, I brought my mouse. My kids, I brought my mouse from home, but I'm actually doing this on a MacBook Pro with a built-in camera. And sure, could the picture be better? Yes. The internet connection is the internet connection, but you can do this. You can do this in your home. You can make your home a studio. You can do it on the road, and you really can create high quality video content, consistently high quality video content, with all the bells and whistles like making CEX the sponsor over there, like the ability to I'm still doing all of the things I normally do. I don't have my Rodecaster mixing board, but I've got some sounds that are built into this as well. And I can do other things as well, like later, if there's time, talk about Damien Hirst. Well, he just splattered on us, Damien Hirst. But my point is that it's never been, and here's my takeaway, it's never been so easy to be a creator. It has also never been so hard to be a good, great, consistent creator. So the barriers to entry are almost non-existent. But in order to grow and most importantly sustain, that's hard. But it's made just a little bit easier when you have community, when you have conferences, when you have content, when you know that you're not alone on the journey.
Well, that's actually one of the things that I really taking from this conference, and that's a difference between audience and community. Audience are people that are more like partaking in the content, but then the community is the one that really gets involved in you and your journey. They're part of the journey, and community. It's it's everyone is here, everyone is online. We are the shit for the future.
Couldn't have said it better. Well, Sarah, now you've been on the show. You've got coin. When do you head back to Sweden?
I go back tomorrow night. I leave Thursday night from here, but I don't arrive until the day after because of the time difference.
So an extra day to hang out in the lazy river in the water park here.
Well, that might have been the idea, but I think it's going to be an extra day in order to network with all these fantastic people that's been at the conference, while also digesting all the interesting things and important things I learned while I've been here.
Well, thank you, Sarah, and I will see you a little bit later.
Well, thank you, and especially thank you for setting me up at Rally and for giving me my first creator coin.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
Take care.
Yeah, you too.
All right, now I don't know if anyone else is waiting to come on, but I'm happy just to hang out with you and spend a bit of time. Thank you, Bob Farnham. He says, when you look up consistency in the dictionary, there's a picture of Joseph. And you know what I've had to like deal with and learn is the fact that consistency doesn't have to be 5 days a week, 7 days a week. But consistency is this ability to say, I have a relationship with my audience and I'm going to continue to deliver on that. But mixing it up, I feel, is okay. And I'm still not 100% certain that permission has to be asked for and granted. Do I need to ask my community, is it okay if I go from 5 to 3 days? I don't think so. But I think giving them a heads up or explaining it, or I think that's okay. I think they'll forgive you. I think they'll understand. And so what I've realized in this whole paradigm is we need to recognize that consistency is a two-way street. Everything is a two-way street now with this space. So we consistently pour into our audience as creators. We consistently deliver. We consistently don't miss an episode, or no matter what's going on in our lives, I'm on the road, I figured out a way to make it happen. But there's also a consistency from audience in terms of being there for us, in terms of showing up, in terms of, it is lonely. It is so lonely when I never get comments. It's awful. And then I see that my mom is watching, or, I see some of the giraffes from the giraffe tower are here, or Bob, who was one of the original, is one of the OG viewers at the time, or community members. And then, life moved on, and thank God people got jobs or weren't cooped up at home as much anymore. And so there is a transience as well. But there's also the ability to, just like a relationship. Relationships, a good relationship, a best friend, you may not see them for 3 years. You may not talk to them for 3 months. And then you just pick it up like they never left. That's relationship. That's a real relationship. A relationship is not, what have you done for me lately? It's not someone who keeps score. A real relationship is unconditional. And I feel like we as creators now are building real relationships with our audience, with our community as well. I've got a few more photos just to share with you. And let's see who we've got. Well, you saw Ed, you saw Francine, you saw Jeremiah, you saw influencer Will, Mr. Brian Piper. He was on the show yesterday, one of the giraffes. It's been fantastic seeing him. Fanzo himself, we actually bumped each other at Starbucks just out of the blue. It wasn't even part of the programming. And so we met IRL for the very first time. Joe Polizzi, well, you saw him on the show. This was Joe at the beginning. Anne Handley, Anne Handley was hysterical. I mean, really hysterical. She did this whole bit, and it was kind of like a bit on Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And I think it was Thomas May who created it for Montgomery. Well, what a story. She says that Robert L. May, I think, that he may very well have been the first creator. And how the story, Rudolph, was actually written to get people into Montgomery Ward over the holiday period. And the book was given away. And somehow he had the vision, and every year he asked and asked and asked until eventually he got it back. He got the rights back for the story he had written. And, you know, the rest is history. The book, the song, the merch, the rights, just an amazing, amazing story. But the best part of it was Anne was doing the voices, and they were just hysterical. She's quirkily, you know, hysterical. I loved it. It was just fantastic. You met Lucy, of course. Lucy, where's Lucy? I think Lucy's moved on to bigger and better things. Lucy's a podcast whore. She's basically gone into the next podcast. Are you coming? Were you on yesterday? Do you want to come on? Yeah, come on in a minute. No, come on. You sent me 3 fem? Thank you.
I mean, I thought I sent it to you a long time ago.
But this is not good video, right? You need to come and sit here. Jamar John Johnson, my new best friend, the entrepreneur. Well, he was on the show yesterday. Joe Polizzi on stage. Well, that's you. And Whitney, who is on, sitting in the front row like a bunch of nerds. Anne doing her thing. The one thing. What's the one thing, Curly? That's what you have to figure out. And Roberto Blake. I mean, this man knows a thing or two about YouTube. I was very, very, very enthralled by Roberto because, you know, I've got so much to learn as well. I'm a YouTube neophyte. Is that the right word?
Could be.
Something like that.
One of those words.
Anyway, Lisa Baez, she's been on the show. You know her, you love her from the Femcoin.
Femcoin.
She just sent me some.
Yeah.
Thoughts on the conference besides the fact that I'm a loser and I don't get up at 6 a.m. to go on hikes?
Yes. Joseph, you missed I even taught some Qigong on the hike.
Now I'm glad I didn't go. I don't even know what Qigong is, but it sounds like...
Kind of like Tai Chi. We just did like...
Is it like reflux?
No.
Okay.
No, but it gets your positive Qi going. So you must have had it like maybe like the energy like came off of me and onto you for the show. Because you're doing amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, it's been fun. You know, like the crazy thing about this is I felt like this was my keynote. This was my version instead of being on stage. And I don't like it. I don't like traveling anymore. I don't like being on stage anymore. I actually watched a lot of the speakers and I thought to myself, I got to be different. I got to be better. Not to say that they weren't great. They were great. But slides and walking up and down, and I just look at it now and it just feels weird to me. I can't. Does that make sense? Like what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think we kind of were both like kind of going back and forth in text, like talking about like different things that we would do different, or even that we learned to do for ourselves. But I feel like 2 years from being not at a live event, whether you're a speaker or even an attendee, it's like completely different, and so people are just a little bit more awkward.
Oh, look at this! You're selling Femcoins.
I'm what?
Xander C said,
Oh,
I'm going to get
awesome.
some Femcoins now.
Oh, that's great.
Why
Thank you.
is nobody
Well-
buying Jaffe coins?
Well, anybody that buys Femcoin should buy Jaffe coin at the same time for sure. Can I talk about Femcoin?
You can do whatever you want.
Are we still on?
We are.
Okay. Well, just so everybody knows what Femcoin is, our mission and vision is to give females and all genders equal share of the spotlight, and that we're committed to equal pay, lowering the, helping fix the gender gap, the founder gap, sexism, favoritism, discrimination, and helping every generation from boomers to millennials to Gen Z learn from each other. So I just launched the Discord, and if you hold Femcoin, that's what the mission and vision is. And you can also have utility with the Femcoin.
Xander says 1,400 Femcoins.
Oh my God, amazing.
Lovely lady.
Oh, thank you so much. That means a lot. What I learned in the past 3 days, I'm so glad I came, because I was this is what happens when you're in the creator economy. You're either overwhelmed, underwhelmed, inspired, excited, depressed, stressed, or you just want to quit. So I think that might be the same description of an entrepreneur, but I feel right now I felt mostly inspired the past 3 days, and I have a better understanding of what I need to do with Jaffe's help.
And by the way, all of those emotions are generally felt in 1 hour.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It is a manic depressive type of existence.
Yeah, I mean, I have felt so many days. I feel so isolated. That's why I'm so glad I came to this event, because I feel like I'm, doing it all by myself, and we have Zoom calls, and it gives me energy to be like on.
Well, that's the point I made at the beginning, which is I am energized.
Yeah.
I want to create content. I want to think differently about a keynote, about a book, about my show, about video. Like I want to just mix it up.
Yeah.
You know?
So this is, I just think like having your little tribe of, whether it's creators, I think we're being kicked off, but I feel like now I can reach out to
Attention, flight AA 6459 will depart Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport in about 4.5 hours. Thank you, and have a safe flight.
Creator Economy Anonymous is starting in 30 minutes, where we can all be like, hi, my name is Lisa Beyer. I am a creator, and
I'm a creator.
and I need a shot of tequila.
Yeah. It's been 3 hours since my last piece of content. All right, and on that note, so Lisa, thanks for coming back.
Thank you for having me.
And I guess sessions are starting right now. So I will be back next week. I'm taking off tomorrow. I've loved doing these 2 shows this week. I'm going to mix it up a little bit. As I said, I'm going to move to 3 days a week now, not coinciding when I'm teaching, because I want to actually start to now focus my energy on different elements of content. Yes.
Qigong, yeah.
Wax on, wax off. That's probably not Qigong. Anyway, to all of you watching, being a part of this, getting Jaffe coin, people that were here, I'm going. Shut the fuck up. I mean, he's just doing his job. On that note, it's all go. Dogs and cats living together.
You are Chuck. You are Chuck. You are
What?
Chuck.
What?
You are Chuck Norris approved.
The end.
Thank you for watching the show about hope, positivity, optimism, and if there's time left over, a little bit of marketing with your host, multiple author, and global keynote speaker, Joseph Jaffe. If you like the show, tell a friend or two. Please subscribe to the show, and if you want to get inside news, previews of upcoming guests, and much more, visit josephjaffe.com/subscribe to sign up for the show's newsletter.
And despite the best ministrations of your wife, you still look ugly.